Today we're going to be using our Weber rust-resistant griddle insert, and what you're left with is perfect tacos suited for any carne asada. So for our carne asada today, we are going to be using a bavette steak. So this is also known as a flap steak, and it is near the bottom sirloin and it's near the flank steak. So you can see that they look very similar. So what I want to do is I want to start with a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. For that, today we're using that base. I'm going to do a pretty generous coating. And over top, we're going to use Trifecta. It's our newest blend, and it just really brings a great flavor to any piece of meat. Plenty of pepper, plenty of savory, a tiny bit of sweet, but it balances out really, really well. We're going to go ahead and flip this over. And if you look really closely, you'll see there's plenty of marbling on this bavette steak. That's going to make for a great carne asada, and of course, that's going to give us some amazing tacos in just a little bit. We're going to do the same exact thing to the top side. That base. Trifecta. And at this point, we're just going to put the bavette aside while we make our avocado cream sauce and our salsa for our tacos. For our salsa today, we're going to use 6 Roma tomatoes, 1 whole jalapeno, 2 cloves of garlic, half of a white onion, 1 bundle of fresh cilantro, and salt to taste. Now we'll go ahead and put this in the fridge until it's time to eat. For our avocado cream sauce, you're going to either want 1 whole small avocado or half of a large one. 2 cloves of garlic. We'll go with half a cup of green onions, half a cup of cilantro, half a cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice, and 2 tablespoons of water. Now we're going to use our hand blender. Once everything is nice and mixed, we're going to add salt to taste. Just like our salsa, this will go inside until it's time to eat. Now at this point, your charcoal should be ready to rock and roll. Today we're going to be using our Weber rust-resistant griddle insert. So you can see that I've already got a little pan here. I did MacGyver this one because I didn't have a small one, but we do need some space to put our coals. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and drop our insert into the Weber kettle. And just so everybody understands why we put the pan underneath, we do have a grease hole on this griddle insert, and we do want to make sure to push all of the grease through there, and it's going to catch in that pan. So I did already completely wash off this griddle insert. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a little bit of oil, and we're just going to rub it in. Now the cool thing about this insert is it does allow you to turn your Weber kettle into a griddle. If you don't have the means or you don't have the space to get one of Weber's griddles, this works out absolutely perfectly. It's also a great option if you're going out of town, if you're going camping or something like that. It saves space and you still get that great griddle insert. Now the great thing about this griddle insert is it is rust resistant. It's never going to rust up on you, and it is ready to use right out of the box. Now of course today we did decide, and we always decide, to clean up the griddle, but you can use this right out of the box. Now we're going to go ahead and put our lid on, just let the griddle get nice and hot, and in just a few minutes it'll be time to put the bavette on. It's been a few minutes on our Weber griddle insert. Let's go ahead and grab our fajitas. Hear my dog screaming over there, and throw these right on. And that sound is beautiful right there. And just about a minute later, I'm ready to flip this over. And I've been watching Arnie Tex long enough to know that we're always going to use the flippity flip method. You can see that we're building a nice crust here. We're just going to keep flipping it until everything is completely done. Now we're just going to throw down some torts on our griddle. You can use corn, you can use flour, you can use whatever you want. Today we're choosing corn. Quick little flip. It never mattered how hot the griddle, the stove, or whatever was. My mom always used her hand. So this is like the best way in my opinion, but definitely don't do this at your house. Do not do this at your house. This is just always the way my mom did it. My mom actually legitimately checks how hot the pan is with her hand. It's the craziest thing to see. Like she'll she'll actually touch it to see if it's hot or not. So again, don't do this at the house, but this is definitely the way I do it. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Hi. Got that little bubble. You already know the other side's looking perfect. These are done. All right, Mom, I'm sorry I'm letting you down. I had to use the spatula for that. It's been about 10 minutes on our bavette, and now we're just going to start cutting this up. So what you want to do is you want to make sure to look at the grain of your bavette or anything that you're cooking. Right now I can see that my grain is running completely up and down. So what I want to do here is just take one cut for a cross section. Now I'm going to take one more cut, and again, we're still going with the grain currently. And now I'm going to start cutting across the grain. What this does is shorten up the fibers, and it makes for a much more tender bite. And that's looking really good. You can see those fibers are shortened, and this is going to make for a tender fajita for your carne asada. I'm going to take a really quick bite just to see how everything tastes. And that right there is truly delicious. Let's make some tacos for our carne asada and plate everything up. Now all we're gonna do is fill up our tacos with some of our bavette. I ordered a 4-count taco today, so I'm gonna load these up. Now we've got options. You've got your delicious homemade salsa, your avocado cream sauce. We've got some cheese, avocado, lime, cilantro. What we're gonna do is we're gonna top all these with everything. First the salsa. Then we're gonna go right over top with some of our cream sauce. And I'll tell you what, this goes on absolutely everything. So good. We'll top each of them with a little bit of cheese. I love cilantro, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some fresh right on top. And of course, just a little bit of acidity right over top. And what you're left with is perfect tacos suited for any carne asada. And of course, now it's time to take a bite of our masterpiece. That is genuinely, and I know I've said this before, but that could be one of the best things that I've ever made. Absolutely delicious. The bavette just comes through, has such a great flavor, plenty marbling. You get the acidity from the lime that we just squeezed. Of course, the avocado cream sauce is absolutely delicious. The salsa has a nice kick to it. The cheese balances everything. Of course, you can use flour tortillas, but this corn tortilla absolutely brings it to another level as well. Everything comes together. Everything is delicious. You absolutely need to try this at your next carne asada. Don't forget to check out the rust-resistant griddle attachment for your Weber kettle, brought to you by Weber Grills. It is an amazing tool. Like I said earlier, if you guys don't have the space for one of the larger griddles, this is the perfect attachment. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. By the way, it's starting to get really dark really early. I don't really like that. What do you guys think? See you next time.